The latest news coming out of Vegas has Raider Nation caught between shock and excitement. On one hand, a performance no one saw coming lit a new fire in the offense, and it came with a bold move that even caught the coach's attention. On the other, a key loss could shake things up right when the team needs stability the most. And to top it all off, a strong statement from inside the locker room hinted that something is shifting within this squad. Let's start with the surprise that caught everyone off guard in the last game. It was a heartbreaker for the Raiders, dropping a tight one to the Bears 25-24. But let's talk about the real headline, Ashton Jeanty. The rookie finally broke out, and in a big way. This man didn't just have a good game. He announced himself to the league. And he did it with a little flair, too, bringing back that iconic Michael Myers college stance, which Raiders coach Pete Carroll absolutely loved. His reaction? Just 3 words. I loved it. Hard not to when the kid torches a defense for 128 rushing yards and 3 total touchdowns. That's not just a good day. That's the kind of performance that changes game plans. Now, let's break this down. Before Jeanty went full slasher mode with the stance, he was averaging a pedestrian 49 total yards per game and scoring maybe once every 3 weeks. Since bringing the stance back, try 155 yards and 3 touchdowns per game. That's not a little bump, that's a full-on transformation. Yeah, sure, it was against the Bears, and their defense isn't exactly striking fear into hearts right now, but still, those numbers pop off the page no matter who you're playing. Pete Carroll's been hyping this kid up for weeks, and now he's finally seeing that patience pay off. You can see how special he is, Carroll said after the game. They can't even touch him in open space. He makes it look easy. That's what elite dudes do. And you know what? He's right. Jeanty's been on the brink, and this game might have just been his coming out party. Even with the loss, you can tell the Raiders are excited about where this is heading. Carroll said it best. We're just getting started. He knows the run game needs work. Just 68 yards total on the day isn't going to cut it. But with Jeanty finding his rhythm, you can bet that number's going up. But while the offense is starting to show signs of life, some tough news just dropped. And it could make the situation even more complicated moving forward. The hits just keep coming for the Raiders, literally. Left tackle Colton Miller, the rock of their offensive line, might be out for a while after suffering a high ankle sprain late in Sunday's gut punch loss to the Bears. NFL Network dropped the news Monday, and while the team's waiting on MRI results, it's looking like he could be sidelined for multiple weeks. Miller, who's been nothing short of a workhorse since getting drafted 15th overall back in 2018, had played all but 1 snap this season, 250 out of 251. That kind of durability doesn't just grow on trees. The dude has started 111 of 113 games over his career and just inked a $66 million extension this summer, $42.5 million of that guaranteed. So yeah, this isn't a guy you can easily replace. Enter Charles Grant. The rookie out of William & Mary, yeah, the FCS kid, is suddenly on deck for what could be his first NFL action. Talk about a trial by fire. He's got potential, but replacing a veteran like Miller while the team's in the middle of a 3-game skid? No pressure, right? The Raiders are sitting at 1-3 and desperately need to stop the bleeding, but now they've got to head to Indy this weekend to face a red-hot 3-1 Colts squad without their blindside protector. Not exactly ideal. If Jeanty keeps balling and the O-line can hold up, maybe they can turn this thing around. But losing Miller? That's a massive blow. And to close it out, a powerful quote from the locker room shows the vibe is shifting, and a key player just made a bold statement about the team's future. In a game that left Raiders fans groaning and throwing remote controls across the room after a brutal 25-24 loss to the Bears, one silver lining stood out like a spotlight in a blackout. Ashton Jeanty arrived. And he didn't just show up, he exploded onto the NFL scene. While Vegas dropped to 1-3, their rookie running back turned what could have been another forgettable Sunday into a franchise-altering moment. Jeanty didn't just rack up yards, he dominated. The dude went off for 138 on the ground and punched in 3 total touchdowns. The vision, the bounce, the grit, it was all on display. Every time he touched the ball, it felt like something electric was about to happen. And for a fan base starving for some offensive identity, that performance wasn't just hype, it was hope. Now, if you're wondering how the locker room reacted, look no further than Max Crosby. The face of the defense, the heartbeat of this team, didn't hold back. He heard all the noise about Jeanty's quiet start. He heard the doubts about whether a kid from Boise State could hang in the big leagues. And after the game, Crosby went full Big Brother mode. He looked awesome, Crosby said. Everybody's got opinions about expletive in September. Now they're all going to jump on the bandwagon. He's an incredible player. He's going to keep getting better. I love the way he works. That right there? That's a guy planting a flag. He's not just defending his teammate. He's calling out the haters and staking a claim for Genty's future. And Crosby wasn't done. He dropped this wild stat. Genty, heading into week 4, had more yards after contact than total yards. Let that sink in. That's not just effort, that's beast mode level determination. It means even when the O-line wasn't helping, Genty was still dragging dudes for extra yards. But beyond the stats and sound bites, this game means something deeper for Vegas. It validates their run-first mindset. They don't need to air it out 40 times a game if they've got a back like Genty who can control the tempo, chew clock, and keep the offense grounded. Sure, Geno Smith's 3 picks were brutal, but 240 rushing yards as a team? That's the kind of smash-mouth football this squad wants to play. And maybe most importantly, this performance gives the Raiders a building block. Genty's just 22, on a rookie deal, and already showing flashes of being that guy. That's gold in today's NFL. If they can keep him healthy and continue building around his skill set, he could become the anchor of this offense for years. Earning Max Crosby's respect is no small feat either. When the leader of your defense publicly goes to bat for you, that tells the locker room everything they need to know. Genty isn't just here. He belongs. He's a Raider now. So yeah, the loss stings. But if you're a Raiders fan, you've got something real to hang on to. Genty isn't just the future. He's the now. And as Crosby said, while the rest of the league scrambles for room on the bandwagon, the Raiders already knew they had a monster in the backfield. Genty might have been the spark this team needed, but losing a leader on the O-line is a massive blow. Still, the locker room looks more united than ever. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything Raiders.